Okay, January 1945, German turn. Things are going to be a bit complicated. So I'm going to try to show all my initial combat moves, and I got some dice laying around to show where blitzing is available as well. So just so you know, my black dice I'm using as movement trackers for my aircraft. They show the available moves left for the units. And any red dice I'm putting down are showing if a blitz is possible. So if there's a 1 in a red dice, that means all that tank and mechs have only moved 1 space. All right. So there we go. So this is the purchase. We're going to finish that aircraft carrier for the Germans. We're going to build 2 destroyers. We're going to build 6, 7, 8 submarines. I believe that's 5 advanced mechs and 4 tanks. All right, combat moves. We have this one right here. This armored train actually brought a tank all the way from Berlin into that zone here. This stuff that was gathered up sitting around has walked in there. This mountain infantry that was here in Austria Wallachia. I can't even see that. Skonia. Okay. Also walked in there along with everybody from Portugal. It's all these things here, along with these aircraft, which have moved 2, or have 2 moves left. This medium bomber with 3 moves left. And then we have these jets here that only have 1 move left. These ones actually came off the carriers here. So they've gone 1, 2, 3. Anyway, you slice it, it's 3 moves to get in there, so they only got 1 left. All right, so that's the goings on there. Now the next step is we have a convoy, a battle between these, and this unit has gone into the same sea zone for the purpose of convoying and is not involved in the battle. All right, we've got a convoy, we got another convoy. We got these 2 orange chips here signifying the strategic rockets doing. I'm just going to do a carpet bomb in there because I don't have much else. I can't reach anything over here, so we're going to leave that alone. That'll be non-combat moves. This is where it gets complicated. So, alright, so all these units have moved 1. This whole cluster here. And the aircraft have 4 moves left. So they are all in Bessarabia, I believe. Western Ukraine just has the cavalry and motorized in there. On this side, we've had an infantry, a bunch of advanced mechs, and some tanks. They still got 1 space left, so they can also blitz. All right. That's the 1. So the armored here can blitz along with the aircraft. The armored here and the aircraft can blitz. On this side here, we got 2 different stages of armored. So these 2 stacks here have moved their full move. They cannot blitz. But this stack of tanks and mechs that are here can blitz, and the single aircraft there has 3 moves left. So this is all together attacking. I can't remember what that was. Lubelski, or is it Eastern Poland? I'm not sure. So anyway, that's that one. The single mech here from Eastern Prussia has gone to Lithuania, and we have an amphibious assault as well as a land assault. And I'm just going to move the camera up here so I can explain things a little bit better. You see, those gray guys, they have been aligned from the Finns. So these units and this here have actually aligned with the Germans, so the Germans should go up $2 for these. And these 2 land units have attacked, along with a tank from here, 1, 2, and 3 tanks and 3 Marines have been brought in by the transports and landed here. They have the cruiser here, so I'm just going to take these units off now, so you know where did those extra units come from? Now you know. All right, so that's that. So since they were either amphibious or drove to, I didn't bother showing a die to show where they can go. So there's still quite a ton of German and Russian units here that I'm not going to be able to attack. So we'll see what happens there. So yeah, there's no combat moves for anything. I'm saving all my non-combats for after. So the rest of this fleet card is sitting here because these units haven't moved. They will move in non-combat. And there's a commander involved there, so everything, including the aircraft, is going to get the bonus. Yeah, 2 carpet bombs from those. That's a fight. Man, I don't have enough orange chips down to show everything I'm doing here. And I haven't shown any of my blitzing because technically that relies on... okay, let's put 2 in there. Let's put 1 in that stack over there. I'm running out of orange chips. I only have about 50 of them. That's an attack, that's an attack, that's an attack, that's an attack. Alright. Those attacks are all shown. Oh, I also have the airborne here from... they're going in. And this... coast, or this railgun can technically bombard a city next door. 1, 2. I can't even bring it in there. 1, 2. You know what? Let's throw that in with these units right here. That could be handy later on. So we'll bring that unit along as well. All right, so that is my attacks. So literally, yeah, things could get sporting here. I'm planning on blitzing on either that, or I could go blitz into Bessarabia or Minsk. I'm not sure. The Russians can only attack 1 land zone back the next turn because I surprise attacked them. I know technically they should have attacked first, but if they did, then Russia was hoping to get 1 more turn out of this without having a fight, because the Allies might have been able to knock out some points, and Russia would have been able to gain some more. So we'll see what happens here with Russia. Russia might go gangbusters asshole back on Italy, for example. So we'll see. Who knows? We're not sure. And Japan might pay the price for this. I kind of didn't want to do it, but if I don't do it now, I'm never going to get the units in place to get steal those points from the Russians and gain them for the Germans. All right, so that's how it sits. And yeah, all these, they look like they're in Warsaw, but they're actually in whatever that territory is. Once I start moving the guys out, once we start rolling, it'll make more sense. But there's a ton of rolls to do here, so I'm just going to stop it here, and we're going to move on to doing some rolling. Oh, and yeah, purchasers are made, and we're going to lend lease $1 to the Japanese. The Japanese are probably thinking, what the hell? But that's where it's going, so off over here. And I had a question about wartime economy for Japan, and so I added it all up, watched the video, and went, yeah, they had a wartime economy of 6, but I screwed up and I gave them $10 extra, so I took that 10 away. All right, and so now they just get an extra $1 from the German Lend-Lease instead. Okay, let's see what we can do here with some of these battles. So let's do some of this. Let's eliminate the ones that can be eliminated right away quickly, and I get to choose the order. It doesn't matter unless I'm doing the same battle in the same area, kind of thing. You know. Like this one here matters. I can't do the convoy until I already beat the sea battle first. I was looking in the rules. I couldn't see anything that said I couldn't convoy at the same time, but really, I don't really care if I convoy or not. So, whatever. And yes, all these aircraft are involved in the land attack. They're not involved in any of these sea attacks here, so don't get confused on that. there's that. All right. Yeah. I got nothing else here, so let's start doing some rolling. So what we're going to do here first is we're going to do these two strategic rocket bombardments at 2. It's pretty boring, but let's get them out of the way. 2 at 2 on London. 1 hit. There we go. So we're probably going to lose the militia. Wasn't even worth bombing the factories or anything. Alright, so that's 2 of these we can get rid of. 2 of those orange damage chips. Let's do this sea battle here. So what we have is we have 1 destroyer at 4 and 2 subs at 3 attacking a destroyer at 4 in defense. Alright. Alright. So 2 subs at 3 misses. 1 destroyer at 4, that's a hit. And the defender at 4 is a hit as well. So we're probably going to lose a sub. And they're going to lose this unit. Done. 1 more attack complete. There. Now the Germans are getting their blockers out for their navy. Alright. Let's do this attack here. So we got 6 subs and 2 destroyers versus a destroyer and a cruiser. Alright, and I'm just going to get that figured out here. So, we've got 6 subs, 4, I think it's 6 subs, 3 I believe, yep. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. But they have a destroyer, so there's no surprise strike, so no surprise strike, which is basically a first strike. So first strike's eliminated for the subs because the enemy's got a destroyer. We've eliminated them 4 times and we needed only 2. So we're gonna roll 1 at 6 back in defense. That's a hit, and we're gonna roll 1 at 4 back in defense. So alright, so they got us once. So we lost 1 sub. Let's change that red. 5 for a 3 and a 1 for 4 underneath. There we go, just like that. Alright, so that land battle or sea battle is done. Now, just trying to make it a little harder for the Japanese or for the British to be a can opener for the Americans to pop through our navy. We can start doing these convoys if we wish. Since we're in the middle of the sea, we might as well just stay right where we're at. As you can see, for some foolish reason, the British forgot to put anything on escort duty. So there is no escorts on this convoy line. We're going to have 2 shots at +2, and they're going to defend twice at even. So, and we're just going to do the standard red and black. Black's attacking at +2. Defender is red at even. So the 1 sub, that's +2, right? So 3 versus 1, that's a total of 1 difference. And then the second one, same thing, red +2, so we got 6 versus 2, so that's 4 difference, right? So 4 and 1 is a total of 5 taken off that convoy line, if it has 5. I don't even know the value of it. Hey, look at that. The value is 5. So now I'm going to be a total dink to the British, and we're going to put a 5 underneath that. Oop, I'm knocking my bills down. Alright, so we're going to put a 5 underneath that. We're going to take those away. So let's wander over to the British money, and let's just move the British money over there, because I have a feeling they're going to get convoyed a little bit more. So here's the British money as it sits. We're going to take a 5 off of there. And we're just going to throw that on that line up here. All right. There we go. Now we have a few more convoys to go. So we'll see what happens. Let's do this one up here. There is an escort on the line, so they're +1. So this convoy here, that's an advanced sub, that's going to be a +4 versus a +1 in defense. I'm going to do the same thing here. We're going to do the defender at black at red. So we're just going to roll that out. And 5 + 4 is 9 versus 5. So that is a difference of 4. Alright, so let's get that off the map right away here. Sorry, oh man, I'm gonna have to break this fiver down. I'm gonna take some change out of my German money here. My German expenses. So I'm gonna give them a fiver into the German pot and take 5 singles out of there. Because this convoy has just taken 4 out of the British. They didn't have enough change for that, so 4 to 6. There we go. So I just took a fiver out of there, switched it up with a bunch of singles over here, which is why this happened. So we put 4 over here. That line's worth 6 to the British only. All right. Now I'm going to have to do these 2 convoys. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to do the advanced sub on the southern convoy line. Now there's 2 options. Somebody was mentioning something about it's not, I should be rerouting this stuff from here because we got the 6 for the British, the 2 for the French because the Suez is closed. And you know what? I haven't been for the rest of the term, but we're going to do that now. So what that means is that half of this value, 1 for the French and 3 for the British, is now on the line on that side of South Africa. And then the other 3 for the British and the extra $1 for the French is now on this line. So this is actually 6 for the British and 1 for the French, right? They have a better chance of putting an escort on that line than they do in the Med, since Gibraltar and the Suez are closed. So we're going to do that. We're going to attack the 6 and 1 on that line with the advanced sub. There is no escorts. And then the coastal sub, we'll see which line we hit then. Whichever one's got more money on it. There's no escort, so here we go. Red is +4, so that is 9 versus 3. The difference is 6. Where is it? Whatever. The difference is 6. So what we're going to have to do is take $6 here off the British. Well, they don't have a lot of money. And slam it down there. Alright, so that's the 6 off the British from this convoy. Now that coastal sub can either take 1 off the French over there, or it can take 2 off the British on this one. So we're going to go with the 2. It's got the higher odds of winning. So the coastal sub's +1, and the American destroyer on escort is +1. And I'm going to do the destroyer escort attacks in a second here. I just didn't want to do those all at once here. Alright, so okay, we're going to do, so that happens after the convoy. We're going to do the coastal sub on the line from Gibraltar to London. And the coastal sub is red +1, so that's 7 versus 6, because 3rd versus 1, whatever. Either way, it is $1 different. So, the British are again, I got too much stuff here. British are again going to lose another $1. So the British actually lost all their money. They've lost 5 here, 5 there for 10. Let me just crank this a bit here. So the British have lost 6 plus 5 plus 5. So they've lost 16 of their $17 in income. They're down to $1 left that they can spend on their next turn. That's the whole point of the convoys. This here is the Lend-Lease money that the British had. So they do have $8 that they could say send to here, or they could give to these guys. That's the whole point of this. We'll see what happens. And so that's our convoys. Now, technically, I changed the rule for escorts so that they can attack in the same or adjacent zone. So, depends on how you want to do it. Because this is kind of haywire when you get a zone like this where you've got this escort can defend over here on this line, can defend against this sub on the same line. That makes sense, but this sub on that line down there, I don't think it should be attacking, even though it is the same C zone. But we're gonna do it, and like I've always done here, if you're gonna attack somebody, they should be able to defend themselves. So this coastal sub will get one shot back at the escort that's shooting at it, and the same will apply to the advanced sub over here. Now technically this one happened first, but I don't really care. We're going to start down there first, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so what we have now, is we're going to get red for the defender, and well, let's do green for the Americans, and we'll do black for the Germans. Match their colors. All right, so we got a coastal sub that's defending at 2, and a destroyer attacking at 4. Nothing. And now we're going to do the same thing, only it's going to be advanced sub attack or defending at 4, and the destroyer at 4. So both 4s here, and the advanced sub killed the destroyer. So we no longer have an escort on that line. The Italians might like that, so this escort is now dead. And off escort duty. I don't have too many in my dead pile there, but we got a couple. Whew. All right. I got a lot of crazy battles here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video, set this up on the battle board, and then do it. And then we'll go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one in the order that we're playing them. This one here, there is nobody to attack, so it's over. But I do need to change the income, so that's why I'm leaving the orange there and these ones upside down. All right. Yeah, this one here, no contest again, but we're leaving the orange. Okay. Yeah, actually, I don't have to do that. There's one spot we can just do an attack. We're going to do the attack right here. All right, there's only one infantry defending, so that one should be simple enough to figure out. We have 4 tanks, that's 7 with the commander. We are not crossing a river, and we are not in mountains, so that's pretty easy. 4 at 7. We got 4 hits, right? We only needed 1. So 1 at 4 back, and they missed. Okay, the Russians missed. Done. Now comes the fun part. What do you blitz with? See, this is why I brought all these units. So what I was planning on doing was blitzing with these and these. That's 6 with 4, and I can bring 2 per tank, so we still could have brought 2 more advanced mechs if we wished. And we're going to bring these aircraft in there as well, and the commander. I don't know, it didn't say anything about the commander in there, so these aircraft are going to go, which means they now have 3 remaining. Right, so we're just going to do that attack here in the city. These guys are separate. Okay, let's do that one city attack. They have a city bonus, so their infantry are +1. And if they roll a 1 for the infantry, they have target select on armor class. It just means they get the target select at armor class rather than the defender picking what it loses. You still get to pick, but they don't get to pick the class. It's automatic. It doesn't matter. All I have is armor. but and aircraft. So I'd rather lose the tanks than the airs. So we bring in the commander again. We've got 4 tanks at 7. And we've got 1, 2, 3 hits. Alright, let's get these dice over here. So we've got 3 hits. This is going to be one of those longer turns because we're doing an attack on Russia. Oh crap, what's Russia supposed to do here? Give me a second here. There's some kind of thing on their sheet. German land and air units get +1 attack, and all Soviet units gets -1 defense on all rounds of combat, including blitz. And the Soviets can only attack 1 land zone back after. That's how this is supposed to go, but we'll see. All right. So the commander don't mean shit. Everything is +1. Anyway, but because you can't do 2 bonuses for yourself. Okay, that was the tanks. Now we got 5 mechs. So 5 mechs instead of attacking at 4, they're at 5. 1, 2 more hits, and I think that's all I needed. I've got 1 tank and 4 infantry. So if they're -1, but they're +1 in the city, they're going to rate the same for the infantry. So we got 4 infantry at 4. And they didn't get any 1s, but they did get 1 hit on me, so the Germans get 1 hit. And the tank is 1 at 5, but it's down to 4 now. So there we go, 2 hits. None of those are target selected hits. So if you were me, you would probably do what I'm about to do. You would just decide, okay, these guys are gone and gone. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw an orange down there just so we don't forget. And take 2 guys off these mechs. So we're going to take the green off and put a single white guy down there instead. So now there's 3 mechs, 3 advanced mechs instead of 5. And the commander's in there. So technically these aircraft are here. They still have 3 moves to move somewhere else. Okay. Here's another example. There's a blitz going on here, but there's nobody to attack. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave these artillery. Oops. We're going to leave these artillery, the tanks, and the mechs behind along with the infantry. And we will blitz forward into here with this stuff. So then we will have no more blitz available. And the plane, instead of having 3 moves left, will have 2 moves left. Alright, that makes some pretty basic sense. Let me double check. There's no rivers or nothing. No, there's no river. No mountains either. So I'm +1, they're -1. I have the commander, but you can't have 2 pluses. Only 1 plus at a time, whichever one works. So let's figure this out. We have 3 tanks at 7. That's 2 hits. We have, oh man, that's a stack of mechs. We got 3, we got 4 and 3, 4 and 4. We have 8 mechs. So 4, 6, 7, 8 mechs, and they are rolling an attack at 5. So we've got 1, 2. So 2 more hits. That's it. We just got 2 hits. That's a total of 4 hits for the Germans so far. Now we're going to bring in our fighter at 7. There's no aircraft to fight, so there's no air superiority, and that's another hit. So that's 5 hits. Nothing for strike here. Oh, shit. There is a first strike there for the Russians. So let's roll this artillery at 3, actually at 2 in defense. If it gets a hit, then I'm going to be shocked. Okay, it missed. It's -1. Good. We've got 1 motorized, 2 advanced mechs. So the 1 motorized is going to roll at 3 instead of 4. The 2 advanced mechs are going to roll at 4 instead of 5. Oh, they got 2 hits. That's nice for them. And then the 2 tanks are going to roll at 4 instead of 5 as well. And they got 1 more hit as well. So that's 3 versus 5. I'm not sure how many hits they all had there. So double check that first before we get too excited. So they're probably going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have 1 tank left alive for round 2. What happened to my orange chips here? Those are my orange chips, so I forget to do the math here. Okay. Now there's still round 2, right? So we're gonna get these Russian war dead out of the way. Round 2. We only need 1 hit for the Germans here. Let's see if we can't get it with a plane at 7. Done. And a tank at 4 back. Miss. Easy peasy. Alright. So now this aircraft's got 2 left. Alright. These tanks and mechs are over here. I'm kind of in range, but I've got 2 different stacks. I can only pick 1 stack to shoot at. So that may be my advantage. We'll see. We'll see. We still have these fights here. There's nobody technically here. So what's going to happen is that these mechs are all going to blitz into that location there and leave this 1 infantry behind. So let's just do that. So everything here is attacking there in Western Ukraine. All right. So we got 2 tanks at 7. Done. And 1 infantry at 3 back. Miss. Done. It was that easy. All right. So this side of the map is completed. I just want to show that these tanks and mechs are all together. I'm just going to take off that and chip it out here. So I'm going to give 1 chip for the advanced mechs. And they're actually in this location here. And let's chip out these 2 tanks and put them over here. All right, that makes it much less confusing. All right, so those are all together there. And these guys are, this one guy's the only one left because everybody blitzed through. All right, these guys are all here. These guys blitzed through. This guy came across by itself, and the commander is in there as well. All right, these guys can't do any more moves, so they stopped. There's nobody to fight. So the real fight I have left is over here. And that one is kind of substantial. There's commanders and there's not commanders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stop the video now, set them up on the board, and we're going to roll this one out. Okay, this is the battle board set up for, oh, I forgot my German medium bomber. It's for the Leon Castile, which is currently owned by the British with a bunch of Americans in there. The Americans have a commander, so the Americans are going to get a +1 defense bonus here. These are regular Marines, note. both of them, not advanced Marines. So there's the +1 bonus for the Americans from their commander. The Germans are attacking into mountains, so there's no attacker penalty for mountain Marine or mountain infantry, so he stays at 2. All the other land units actually drop down 1, but there's a commander, so they come back up 1. So the only one that's going to move up is going to be the mountain infantry because of the commander and its lack of negative from the mountains. The aircraft are also all going to bump up 1 from the commander, so there we go. That'll help having 5 jets at 9, I think, I hope. Alright, so that is the attack here on Leon Castile. Let's hope for the Germans' sake, since it's still their turn, that they can kick them right out of there, no problem. So, let's turn on a little more light for you. So we have 5 German jets at 9. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Excellent. We need to get as many as we can in a hurry here. If we don't get lots of hits in the first round, we're going to get hurt twice. Medium bomber at 8. That's another hit. All right. And I got the armored train. I'm just showing it because it's in the units here, so it will be destroyed if it dies. But there's technically 4 or 5 tanks, so let's just roll these 5 tanks here. And they are at 6, so 1, 2, 3. That's 3 more hits. Okay. And then we have a light tank and 4 mechs. They're all at 4, so I'm just going to roll all 4 or 5 of these together. Alright, that's a miss. So we got 2 more hits. Alright. And then a mountain at 3. Oh, surprise. That's another hit. And an infantry at 2. Wow. Another hit. So that is 2, 4, 5, 10, 12 hits on the American and British combined forces. What do we even have here? We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, so that's 12. The only vehicle we would have left is 1. And the fighters guaranteed a plane hit, so that can't be one of the ones staying. Let's just assume we're going to keep the tank because it attacks the highest. Everybody else is dead. These guys are all at 5, and these guys are at 4. Wow, that was quite effective. So there's one tank left alive there. That's it. And the plane has to go because the air superiority. The jets are fighters, and they had, I think, 4 hits. So that's enough there. So the 12 hits are taken off. Let's do 2 tanks at 6 for the Americans. That is 1 hit. What do we have? 2 infantry and 2 Marines and a seaplane. They all roll the same, and there's no bonuses to any of these guys. All at 5. 1, 2, 2 more. That's 3 hits by the Americans. Now it's the British turn to shoot. They've got 3 regular infantry, 2 Marines, and a mech. So they're going to roll 6 at 4. And they got one hit. Man, that's a pretty sad showing. So they got 4 hits on the Germans. So the Germans are probably going to lose this dude. This guy defends at 5. These guys defend at 4. But they can attack. That's 3. They need to lose 1 more. That's why the mix are here, so we're going to leave 2 white chips instead of the green there. These guys have already fired, so that doesn't matter. You don't need them to be around. Okay, so round 2. There's only 1 tank left. I don't care about the little battery one. Round 2's got 1 tank left, so let's just roll 5 jets. And we hit it 1, 2, 3 times, so good enough. And 1 tank back at 6. Miss. So that is the end of that round. And this is what we have alive. I'm going to just throw 1 more white chip underneath that tank. Alright, so we don't need that anymore. Now we're just going to place these dudes over there. And these aircraft, I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to land them. So we'll figure that out. Yeah, these are 1, and these ones have all their different totals, so we'll figure that out. I'm just going to put them over here. Right, so the Americans have lost all of this, and this commander gets to do its runaway roll. It was not in a surrounded city, so it gets anything except for a 12, it stays alive. There we go. It's allowed to run away 4 spaces to a friendly land zone. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we had this problem last time. 1, 2, 3. It's the only land zone it can reach. Alright, so there's 1 here. And by the way, the Germans attacked the Russians, so the Russians went up 1 commander, the Germans went up a commander, the Italians went up a commander, and the Japanese went up a commander in Japan there. So yes, I already did the commander for everybody. Now it's time to start doing some tallies here. So the British lost $1 to the Germans. I'm going to have to start stealing my stuff from the islands. So the British lost $1 from the Germans. Okay. The Germans didn't take anything else from the British or the US. Simple enough. So that's $1. Plus the Germans just go up for these two. $2. So that's Germany up 2, Britain down 1. Let's just do that right now. Alright, otherwise I'm going to forget. So Germany up 1 from Britain, and Britain down 1. And then Germany up 2 for Finland. Alright. Now, from the Russians, oh yeah, these things that I've taken, because of the Russian scorched earth, don't count if they're Russian home territory. So I can't increase my income by them if they're Russian home territory. So we have Vipuri here. We're going to take that one from the Russians. That's 1 up, 1 down for both sides. Alright, what else do we have in here? One of these is worth $1 here. Yeah, that one. Lithuania is worth $1, so I'm going to go up $1 for Germany and down another $1 for Russia, so that's $2. I don't believe this one's worth anything, except for bragging rights. No, it's not worth anything. Okay, so Germany goes up that one as well, so that's so far 2. And then I'm running out of German roundels, and I've got every game I have in play. You know what? We're going to steal the German roundels from Spain, and I'm going to use the Spanish roundels in Spain. All right? I'm going to need a bunch of these, so we'll figure it out. Okay, so that's $2 from Russia. And then this one is the third dollar I'm going to get from Russia this turn. Alright. So those are the ones I've taken this one as well, but it's worth nothing. So there we go. So those are the ones I get the money from. So that's 1, 2, and 3 for Vipuri. So those I get the money from Russia. And right, so let's do those. So Russia goes down 3, 1, 2, 3 from 58 to 55. Germany goes up 3, 1, 2, 3 to 71. All right, and now Russia's going to go down some, but Germany does not get to collect. So Bessarabia is worth nothing, doesn't matter. I need more roundels. Jeez. Okay, Bessarabia. This city of Kiev is worth 3, so Russia goes down 3. Germany's not allowed to collect it. Now, what I'm going to be doing is something annoying. They don't really have much choice. I'm going to be doing these as same way I did the Russian extra income. I'm going to put it on the board there, but in a separate roundel. That way it can't be collected this turn. All right. That's 3. I don't think this is worth anything. Oh no, that's 4. So that's 4 that I can't collect this turn. These guys are over there. That's 4. Okay. Belarus I didn't take. I didn't take anything else from Russia. So that's a home territory. So that's 4 more down for Russia. And like I was saying, I'm just going to do this so that I don't collect it this turn, but I remember to move it on to that next turn if it's still there. All right, so that's 4 up for next turn because I don't get to collect the money this turn, and 4 down for Russia. So from 55 to 51. So Germany only gets to collect 71, but it really has 75. Next turn it'll be able to collect those 4. If it still has them at the start of next turn. Okay, so that's that for that. I'm going to do a couple of non-combat moves. We're going to move this guy here so we can take that guy next turn. What else are we going to do? This worked out better than I thought in Spain. I thought for sure I was going to have to send some of these guys down there. But even if the British and the Americans do this again, should be okay. So I'm not going to send all these units down there. I will send these 2 mechs to there, just regular mechs. We're going to leave this Paris stuff here. It's my counterattack for this stuff over here. My German units, well, you know what? I can realm with some shit. I can only realm move 2 units worth of stuff. 4 units. So I'm going to realm move 4 tanks all the way to East Prussia. There, I've done my rail moves. This dude is going to fly over because he can non-combat move. I'm just going to throw him into there. I'm pretty sure I can non-combat move a commander into a group that's going to be on a border, whether it was conquered or not, because he doesn't actually have any defense value of his own. Alright. Yeah, this transport's going to come here. It's going to pick up these 2 guys. It's going to go 2, 3 from its own base, and we're going to drop off 2 Germans over here, who are going to be joined by these Germans over here. And we're going to do 1 rail move on this side of the map. And these 2 dudes are going to just walk up to Transjordan. And this guy's going to stay here. So that's that. Sorry, it's a bit shaky on the camera right now, but it's a little difficult to stay focused on what's going on here on the map. So that's non-combat move to there. These guys to there. Two of these guys came from Gibraltar actually via that transport. These aircraft have 3 moves left. So I don't really have anywhere else to put them. I can't land them in freshly conquered stuff. So we're going to just fly them back to there. This transport. Oh, that's another one I took. It's another dollar from Germany, or from we'll figure that out. Well, let's fly this transport. It's still got 5 moves left, so we can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's fly it right into. Yeah, let's leave it right here. There. We'll throw it there. Alright, it's in Western Germany. And I just recognized something, so I need to take that off another German controlled piece of Spain. We're going to throw this down over here. So that's actually $5 worth of Russia that I'm not allowed to collect. So Russia goes down an extra $1 and I go up an extra $1 in non-collected money. Alright. Yeah, that's where we sit now. So we'll figure that out. Do we have any other non-combat moves? Not really. Okay, it's time to start placing some units. So I'm going to switch out those 4 loose tanks for 4 chip tanks for 4 loose tanks. We're going to drop a tank here. We're going to drop a tank here. We're going to drop a tank here in case we need it. And another one over to here. Then we're going to take these mechs and we're going to drop 3 advanced mechs over there. We got 2 more advanced mechs. Where are we going to put them? Well, we're not sure, so we're going to put them in the capital. If you don't know where to put them, defend your goddamn capital. Done. Alright, so that's it. 2 of those there. Now, oh, I gotta land those planes, but we'll figure that out in a second here. Okay, so I have split up my fleet. I haven't moved my fleet at all. I'm now going to break my fleet up off the card. Okay. And we're going to move a pair of battleships over to here. 2 of these jets are going to fly 1, 2, and they're going to land on the aircraft carrier that gets placed there. These 3 jets that were forward, I'm going to put on leg carriers up ahead here. Alright. Let me just grab a couple pieces for that. So I'm placing and landing my aircraft at the same time here. So those 3 land here. I have a shipyard that's in the C zone, so I'm going to land that aircraft carrier that's on the build chart over there. And we're going to put these 2 jets that flew back, leaving us with this fighter that has a range of 2 left. So it can move. I've put it over here for now. Alright. So yeah, 1, 2. This medium bomber can fly 3, so we're just going to bring them over to there. And that is that, I think. Because I'm running out of roundels for Germany, I'm going to just do this for these things here, alright? It'll make more sense. I think I made enough of these things. There's a couple of Spanish controlled things down here, so that's German, Spain. You know what, these Portuguese places, we're going to just use the Spanish roundel for now. It's easy enough to figure out. Alright. Oh yes. We have all these destroyers and cruisers to place. And subs to place. We're going to place 6, 7, 8 subs in here. So that's 9 units placed at 2 Navy bases connected by rail to the majors. So we're going to place a destroyer on there to make it 10 units. And we're going to place a destroyer over here just for a little extra blocker in case the British act as can openers for somebody else. Alright, that's no longer a convoy. Now I got 2 more cruisers. Where am I going to put these cruisers? Well, let's throw a cruiser or 2 over here. And we're going to throw the commander in there. And you know what? We're going to bait battleships in there. Yeah, you know what? It's worth it. Even if the Americans come attack this stack, we're still going to win. So, and if we don't win with that, we got these subs and all these subs that can collapse and attack, and it'll be beautiful. So yeah, that's the German fleet right there. They placed these subs, destroyer, landed these 2 jets on the carrier, and placed a destroyer over there for the blocker. So that is the German turn. Wow, that took forever. I don't even know what I have for points and stuff. I'm going to have to take a look here and add it all up. All right. So for bonus points, we go down $5 because we no longer have the Molotov Ribbentrop pack with these guys. So instead of 15, I'm going to go down to 10 for bonuses, I believe. Plus I have my income of 71. And then we're going to do this little thing called the wartime economy roll. And for Germany, we are going to get how much extra money? Ooh, nice. 8. So 71 plus 8 is 79. Plus whatever the bonuses are, I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. All right. See you later. Bye.